Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Marwell Manor Farm. Today we're going to be getting our class Axion here. We're going to be getting that doing some cultivating, or actually some subsoiling, so that we can get field 18 planted in the near future. And what we're going to do in place of that doing the lime spreading is we're going to be taking this over to field 15 and getting this to do that. So let's hook that up and we'll hook all of that up. So we're going to come back to this in a moment once we got these started. It's a fairly early start to the morning, but yeah, we're doing pretty well with it. So we've got our piece of kit over at the equipment area, which is behind our two big barns. So we'll take this up and over there and get this hooked up. Unfortunately, our small Arion is not capable of running this, and we've really got the Arion about to sort of run smaller stuff. I am slightly concerned that my plan... Oh no, I left it up at the field, didn't I, last time? So my plan very much has been centered around this kind of power level of tractor. It's just under 300 horsepower. So I think we're going to be looking at maybe trying to get another tractor later in the year as we progress. Maybe something around about the 300, maybe a 900 series class. That would probably be good. Or I would love to have a Arion on here. But I don't know how realistic that is either. But this should do the trick for what we're trying to do at the moment. So as you can see, our two arable fields are 18 and 15. We want to start getting lined up for the cows and sheep. That means we're going to need to start getting some bits and pieces in. Now we're going to do course generation. Here on field 18, we want field 18, current vehicle position. Starting direction, we want longest edge because we want it to try and run like that. Bypass islands, we don't have any on here. Skip rows, we don't need to. Multiple tools, no. We've got the right width, and we want to do... I think we want to do 3 headland passes. I think that will be good in order to give this enough turnaround. We want to go clockwise because we want to end up in this corner. I think we actually want to go... no, clockwise, because we want to go round this way and end up in this corner. We're going to start with the up and downs, and we're going to do turns in the headland corner, so we get some nice square corners. So let's generate that, see how that goes. There we go. Course is generated, but due to current direction settings may it cause issues while driving. Not seeing any massive issues. Always good to check on these courses where it says that, but yeah, not seeing any issues. So let's head out. It's not cutting. The thing you absolutely want to look for in that situation is to check that it's not massively cutting any corners or going into an area. Courseplay's fairly good at this these days, but yeah, you need to be careful of that. Now, the green start point should be... Must be down the bottom here, so it sort of... works its way back a bit. I do love this about Courseplay. So Courseplay will work out the best route to do a field, and is absolutely brilliant for that in this latest version. I'm up to version 3.10, so 6.01.0031, and it is just Courseplay gets better and better with every release. Right, and it's got lots of different options and things now, which is pretty cool. Right, first waypoint, line up to it, drive course, and away we go. So our Axion is now away, and as you can see, is doing a grand job with this piece of kit of getting this done. So we'll leave this to it, and we are going to head back to here and our Arion. So we've got 32% of lime left in here. It's quite a fair amount of lime with that. That's still 6,000 litres. What I'm going to do, though, I think is we're going to take it up to halfway to get this loaded and hopefully get this field done. Now, once we got this done, I think we got 64,000 left. I think we're going to want to start looking at, well, maybe getting this filled with some fertilizer and doing the grass fields. Now, the big issue with that, there we go. So we'll refill this. Yep. The big issue with that is that this takes a lot of fertilizer. So let's get this up to 50%. There we go. Right, so that's half full. I don't think field 18 is going to take more than half full on this. We don't have the GPS on this, so that may not have been the wisest idea, but we'll see how we go. And field 15, does that have a straight... That has a straight edge at the far side, so we'll start over the far side and work our way back, I think, is our best bet. Yeah, that's going to be the easiest way for us to do this. So, fold these out. And yeah, doing this manually is going to be quite useful to us. Hopefully, we'll be able to see fairly quickly if we're going to run out of lime. Buying enough fertilizer to do this field, though, is going to be fun. Or not this field, sorry, our grass fields is going to be fun. But, yeah, lime is going down. We are at 180 degrees, which is exactly where we want to be. We missed a bit at the edge, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. It's a bit that just sort of kicks out of it. If we have enough at the end, we can come back and sort that. But, yeah, looking good. So, we are going to continue on. We'll get this field done, and then we will see where we go from there. So, interestingly, we're about halfway through the field, and we'd nearly run out of lime. I thought 50% was going to be enough to do this field. Turns out it's not quite. So, we're going to get to the end of this row, and I think we're going to reload to about 60%. We've got the headlands to do as well, so I think 60% might be enough to cover this. So I head back to the yard, get this refilled, and get cracking again. So here's our lime tank. Open up the back, pull up beside it, and refill. Yes. So this takes 18,000 litres. I think each of our fertilizer bags is... That's a good question. I'm not sure how much each of our fertilizer bags is. They're fairly large. Whether they hold 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 litres, I'm not sure. I'm sure people will go back to... Oh no, actually we didn't do that. I did that off camera, unloading them earlier. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that they are... I'm fairly sure they're bigger than just 1,000. So we shall see where that goes. But that is doing that subsoiler is doing a fantastic job at the moment. Right, we are at 60% full here then. So we've got a couple of little patches to fix as well. So I'm hoping I've got just enough in this now to do this. But I shall see in a moment. Got a nice island that I need to cover on here now. Right, and away we go. I need to move out a little bit, but I think we got, yeah, we need to cut in for the island. So should be all good here with a little bit of overlap. I probably want to try and cut out maybe. Yeah, look at that. So I've got a couple of missed patches on the field. I've got a couple of missed strips and things. We're going to duck in here late. Try and swing around this island. Whoa, yeah, left a big patch there. Maybe not the most efficient or realistic way to do that bit, I think. But yeah, so I'm gonna come over the field and get rid of these patches that I've left later. But at the moment we're doing fairly well. I'm quite happy with this. We're getting a good coverage and a fairly even coverage for the most part. So I'm happy with it. Let's crack on. We can go out a little bit. And yeah, hopefully we'll have this field finished in no time. So again, I seem to have misjudged the lime a bit. And we're down to our last 700 litres of it. Yeah, I thought 60% was going to be enough to finish this field. It most clearly is not. I think we're going to need another 20 to 30%. Would be interesting now, because that means that we could not have put a full trailer of lime on here. That wouldn't have covered it either. It's just slightly annoying having to go back for one more trip. I'm tempted to fill it right up because we are going to be using lime on our other field. There we go. We are now empty. So let's fold that up and go and reload this. But yeah, I'm tempted on my other field 19, to go and do this and put lime on it. We're looking to have that field... we're going to have that field as grass. We want to cut it. The trouble I've got is that I have, and this is why I feel this tractor may be underpowered for what I'm planning to do, is because this only has about 165 horsepower, this tractor. For me to run both the mowers, I can't do that with this tractor. So again, we're relying on our Axion to do that, which of course is a bit of a problem. Let's fill this up to 50%. I'm gonna go a little high. Maybe actually I'm gonna cut the difference and go 40%. But yeah, it means we've got to use the use the Axion for that job, which not really what I want to do, because the Axion is so full up with jobs anyway. However, what I think we're also going to have to do as a result is put GPS on this, because for this we're going to want this to be our spraying tractor as well. So this is going to be our fertilizer tractor and our liming tractor and all of that kind of thing. It could possibly pull our trailer for carting, but I think it's probably a little bit beyond it. So yeah, I wanna get us in a position where this is not a tractor we're having to rely on for doing stuff like that. I think 40% is going to be a good amount for this. So yeah, and we've only got 60,000 left, and I don't think, have we borrowed any money yet? I just want to check that, because I'm not sure we have, which would be a good thing. No, we've not borrowed any money yet, so we're good from that point of view. I do want to keep our loan as low as possible in this game. So it really is a case of, I think we're going to borrow some money to get the cows and the sheep. But that's that I see as an investment. That is, we can get that money and then we can use the cows and the sheep to pay off what we're doing there. It's a really dull day today. But whereas buying it to borrowing money to buy equipment is something I want to avoid doing, because we have because that's money we're never going to get back. It depreciates and therefore doesn't earn us anything. Similarly with the with buying land. Buying land is the ultimate investment to borrow money for. So I'm very, very happy to add a field to the farm by borrowing money. Because if we were to say buy field 16, that would add to our overall capital. And we can always repay the loan by selling the field. Whereas to buy machinery, if we sold that piece of machinery once we've used it, we're going to be hard pressed to get back as much as we paid, and of course we're always paying interest. So yeah, it's a bad investment for us really to use borrowed money to buy machinery. It's something I want to avoid doing on this map at all costs. And in previous games, when we've ended the series and been successful, we've discovered it's because we've only borrowed money to get land and to get animals. As soon as we start doing it for equipment, that's where we start losing money. Coming up to the end of the field now, and looks like we might have actually got the right amount of lime finally. We're down to 16%. We've got a few patches to cover. Oh, let's turn that off. Don't do double coverage. There we are. Yeah, 14%. We've got a few patches like down here to do. So just make sure we cover this. We've got a row up there that needs doing as well. Yeah, I want to get that big row, actually. That is quite a big patch. Whereas most of it is smaller patches. We've got a long row here that managed to escape us. So we'll get that covered as well. Very nicely. And yeah, something weird has happened. I've noticed that we're on day 2 of spring. Now, we were on day 2 of spring last time, and it could be... It's possibly because I changed the day of... or how many days that I was running on seasons on here. Because I'd noticed sort of belatedly that I was running 9-day seasons on here and changed it to 6 days. And yeah, it looks like... okay, these are all small patches. I'm not worried about those. We've got the ones around the telegraph poles. If we have enough left, what we'll do is we'll go and do those smaller patches. But to be honest, we want to get patches like these covered. So cover that, and then cover this. Yep, there we go. And then there's a patch over here. This half of the field we were actually a lot better at, and I think it's because I started doing it in cab while I was between my recordings, which is quite interesting. Not quite so many big patches, except sort of around these telegraph poles, where it's a bit more of a pain. There we go. We'll have a look at the coverage of the field in a moment, but with we might as well use this lime up. So we've got a couple of patches over this way. Let's see how bad it is on the field. Needs lime. Actually, we're pretty good. There's a couple of little patches on here, but I'm happy with that otherwise. Yeah, no point in wasting the last of the lime on that. Oh, actually, I know where we can go and put the last of the lime. We've got that bit we missed at the start. So let's go and get that. And then we're going to move on and see what the next bit we want to do is. I think it's... At this point, I think we probably should go and have a look at our animal yards. I think our water is set up. We've not got much grass to speak of yet. So that does worry me a little bit. If I get the cows and the sheep now, I'm worried that we're gonna have to feed them straight off, and get some bales in. Whereas if we're lucky and we do it on day 3, I think we're going to be in a position where we don't have to do that, where they will have grass in their fields. Yeah, if we just stop here quickly and hop over the fence, this grass still needs to grow, so it's not a good day for us to get the cows and the sheep. We can't cut any grass for them, and we can't get any grass, and they don't have any grass in their fields to eat either. So yeah, in both cases, that's not a good move. So we really will want to look at maybe what equipment we need to get, what we still need to buy. We've got 60,000. We're going to need a mixing wagon at some point, but I think we'll be good after the harvest to get that. Similarly, we're probably going to need a bale shredder, and I think this all depends on the baler we get. And the baler I'm looking at getting... Let's park this under here. There we go. Probably should give that a wash down. Where's the best place for us? No, that's a whole load of electrical stuff. We don't want to put a pressure washer there. That's a water tank there. We need somewhere to put pressure washer. Again, electrical's not a good place. Maybe maybe across the back here. There is a good place. So I think we'll put a pressure washer in, clean this down. So miscellaneous, pressure washer, perfect. And we're going to put a pressure washer just here. So turn it, and we get it in the right place, and we're going to be gravy. There we go. So pressure washer is in. I don't think we started with one. But yeah, we definitely want to give this lime spreader a wash down. 252 litres of lime left in it. But I want to see how much fertilizer in this would be, because we're going to need to do some fertilizing at some point. Certainly of our grass. Give this a wash down. So we got more lime to do. We've got yeah, lime on the grass on field 19 to do, so that needs liming. So we could fill this back up and go and do that. We also need to do some fertilizer on there. So I think maybe the lime first and then the fertilizer tomorrow. Sort of a very lime heavy day here on the farm. That's nice and clean. So yeah, we could go and fill that. That kind of makes what we've just done pointless, but never mind. That's where our sheep are. Yeah, and once the grass has grown, I do want to get the sheep and the cows in. The grass will keep them going until we are able to get some other stuff. We will need to get some straw bales. We are doing round bales on this, on here. We're going to get, I think we're going to get the wrapper. Rather than, although I've heard the wrapper does have issues with seasons, so we'll have a look at that. We need to, I've gone to start liming field 19, and what I need first is to go and put some more lime in this trailer. So we'll go do that. Yeah, it is a day where we need to do lime. We just need to get this all limed. I think our other tractor is doing quite well. So while this is filling up, let's just pop over to here. So this is, at the moment, doing some good business. The tractor, yeah, we do have the better fuel usage on here, which is going well. The tractor itself is doing a good job. And it will take a little while to get this finished. But it should do fine. Leave our combine alone. This is costing us a fortune in lime, though. Wow, this is going to cost us nearly 10,000. Oh, please, 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 somebody, absolutely allow. It must be a really easy mod to keep the right currency on a map. Because that is, yeah, we were in dollars, we're now in pounds. That did cost us about £7,000 to fill this up. But it is full, and in our nice clean spreader, we can go and do this field. I think there is a spreader mod that would go on the back of the IT runner, which I'm very tempted to go and find. Because I think that would be quite cool to run most of the stuff off the IT runner. Except that we'd probably end up needing a second IT runner in order to do stuff. But even that's actually not a bad thing. Because, you know, that then gives us a bale tray. We could run a bale trailer and a spreader and things at the same time. Field 1, I think, is a good candidate for us for another field. I'd be willing to borrow money and sort of get field 1 and possibly field... Yeah, field 1 and field 16 I think would both be good fields to add to the farm. Field 1 especially. Right, we want to get this in the right place. Now this is going uphill a little bit. And you can see this is actually a little bit more difficult to tell exactly where the field edge is. Because it will spread lime, I think, off the edge of the field. Slightly annoyingly. Maybe not. No, it doesn't. That's good. So we're gonna do this by marking out the edge of the field a little bit first. So I'm gonna go around the edge, and then we'll see where we are. We'll see how much lime we have at the end of that. So I'll see you when we get pretty much back round to the farm. So we're coming back round to the start point on the field now, and we have 53% of our lime left. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start going up and down. We're going to split this into two parts because it's this massive dog leg. And we're going to do the top part first and line ourselves up. And this is honestly why I split this field last time. It's a field that definitely works in two halves. Has quite a big coverage that way in two halves like this. So you end up sort of farming this bit in this direction and the other bit in the other direction. Now the trouble with seasons and the trouble with what we have here is that I can't really do that split. And that is because seasons takes forever to grow its trees. So we'd put a row of trees in, and yeah, it would take forever to sort of grow that up. We could split the field anyway, which is very tempting because this end of the field is a nice big field to work with, as is the whole of field 19, to be honest. But even then, I think we want a big grass field. We're going to be doing quite a lot of cows. Therefore, I think having a large grass field at our disposal is a good idea. And possibly even too, as I said, I would like to have field 16 available to me as well. But we are going to have to see how we go with that. I need to lower my speed a little bit. Whoop, up a bit. There we go. We want to turn at 12 miles an hour, so get a nice constant. So we're on cruise control. Saves my foot a bit, and yeah. So yeah, we should get a decent amount of this part of the field done. It's interesting actually, looking at this field and looking at field 15. I don't think there's that much in it. It's just that because field 15 is squarer, it feels like a slightly smaller field because you can see all of it. Whereas field 19 is a little bit bigger, but not by a huge amount. Right, so I'm going to crack on with this. I think we're probably going to end up with a couple more fill-ups. At least one, I think. And yeah, we'll see where that leaves us at the end of this. But I think this is, yeah, this is a job that is well worth doing. We are coming to the end of our tank full, of our spreader full. We're down to 4%, and it's quite. Are we gonna make the end of the field before this runs out? Really, really interesting. And I'm kind of a little bit nail biting. I think we're. Oh, come on! We've got to make this 200 liters. Yes, we have. With 18 litres to spare, we made it. Really, really happy with that. Let's go fill this up. And yeah, I think another full tank will do this field and finish it off. But yeah, really pleased. That went exceptionally well to the end of that field. Back to our lime station and fill this up. And once again, we will quickly go and check on how our 800 is doing. Very nicely. It's still not halfway through the field, so this is going to be going for a little while doing this. I am impressed by the distance it's made, though. That is good. That is really, really good. So this is only 50%. And past 95% and full. Let's head back to our field and get it finished. We're back on the field, and because we finished down the far end, we're able to start back up this end here, like so. Let's pull in, make sure we get full coverage. And yeah, we shouldn't have much more to cover up here at all. I think we may get away with one more set or one more coverage here. Either way, that's a really thin slither through the middle of there. I'm kind of tempted not to waste the lime on it, although it doesn't go for very far. So yeah, we might as well just go through and cover that. Yeah, let's get this field finished and done and dusted, which will be good. It is now 3:30 in the afternoon on here, so we're good. We should get there's probably about another hour and a half in game of work to do. We're running on 10 times thanks to the finer timings mod, which is excellent. Yeah, I've become very aware that I think 10 times is a better way to go. Anyway, let's continue on, get this field knocked out, and we'll see where our other tractor is at that point. That will probably keep going beyond the end of this. But this, I'd say, is going to be a job that we get done today, which will be absolutely fantastic. Right, we're coming up to the last couple of rows. And looking very, very good. We have 6,000 litres left, so we've got plenty in the tank. We'll probably have to empty this out and bag it up. Or it should bag up, actually, if we empty it out. And save it for later. Don't want to waste any of this lime. We will probably have other fields that need doing. But that, I think, covers this field. Let's have a quick look and check this. So yeah, other than a couple of small patches, that's all good. So I'm not going to be too worried about those patches. I think we're all okay. Let's get this back to the yard. We've got to go right round to do that. And then once we've done that, we'll check on our other tractor. But it's now 5:05 in the evening in game. We're good. This is actually a good day's work. The sun is beginning to fade. But I'm very happy. That is a job well done today. We've got moved field 18 forwards. So we're looking at doing planting on that in the near future. Of course, we can't do that until our tractor is freed up. So this is going to be doing some more fertilizing. We're probably going to be using this tractor with this piece of kit again. I need to work out our best way to move forward, really. But we'll park this here and turn it off, and we'll go and have a look at this. So this is about halfway through the field. We'll leave this going. And by next time, this field will be done, which just means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.